Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this video lecture series of Control System Engineering, module number 3, Time Response Analysis. In that, we will see how the transient response analysis will work. Okay, so in this particular transient response analysis, we will try to analyze the very basic signals like unit step signal, ramp signal, okay, or parabolic signal, and we'll try to calculate the different type of uh, equations based on the transient response of analysis. Okay, so in today's video lecture here, we will see how the time transient response analysis is going to work out with respect to the control system. Okay, so what is basically a transient signal or a transient response is, so whenever you apply any input to a control system, the system will respond to for that particular input applied. Okay, and after some amount of time, the signal will enter into the steady state response or steady state. Okay, and thereafter it will get discontinued or it will fall below, or simply you can call the signal will get dead. Okay, and so now here we will look into the transient response analysis. Okay, so based on the transient response analysis here, okay, where we can check what should be what the output, what actual output we are going to analyze. Okay, but now there is some condition when you want to analyze such kind of transient response signal. Okay, so it is necessary to calculate the total output for the applied input. For example, if you are applying some input to a control system, then you need to analyze and you need to calculate the total output, that is C of t. Okay, and this can be only done by using some studying the transient response. Okay, and that will also contain some kind of steady state values, okay, or some kind of steady state error. Okay, now let us go to the method which we can adopt to determine the total output. Okay, so let us define first the transfer function of the system, which is the Laplace transform of the output divided by the Laplace transform of input. Okay, so it is written in the form of C of s divided by R of s. The formula for that is C of s divided by 1 plus or minus C of s into H of s. This is the standard transfer function formula which we usually use while calculating the transfer function. Okay, so with the very first method to calculate the total output here is, you need to determine the closed loop transfer function, that is using this formula. For this you can refer your block diagram reduction tools or techniques or signal flow graph. Okay, for a given system you need to find the transfer function, because we know the methodology to find the transfer function either by using the block diagram method or by simply using the signal flow graph method. That is nothing but you're applying the Masinskian formula. Now, once you obtain the transfer function here, you need to find the expression for R of s from the information of the reference input R of t to be applied to the system. Okay, so finding the value of R of s. Once you obtain the value of R of s, you need to substitute this R of s into the transfer function here. Okay, we can substitute here. Now, once you substitute here in the given transfer function formula, which is in the Laplace domain, apply the inverse Laplace transform for this particular function so that you can obtain the value of C of s. Okay, how to obtain the value of C of s or C of t? You can see there is a difference. The C of t is in time domain, but C of s is in the Laplace domain. So you can apply inverse Laplace transform for this C of s just to obtain the total transfer function or the total output C of t, that is in terms of time domain. Okay, for the applied input signal. Okay, so the formula here to obtain the C of t is equal to C of ss plus C of t at time interval t. Okay, where the C of t is nothing but your output signal and your C of ss is equal to your steady state. Okay, it is not compulsory you will get the complete pure output at the end of the system. Okay, but you may get some kind of error, and you need to calculate that error using the steady state error formula. Okay, so this is the key point where you should take care of, that is C of ss. Okay, now in the analysis of the control system or the transient response system, you may find some order of the system. Okay, so basically the transient response of the system can be analyzed in terms of either first order system or it can be of second order system. Okay, now other than that, what we have seen in the previous video classes, that if the value of s has some power, that is nothing but raised to power, it denotes you the type of system, right? So either it can be type 0 system, type 1 system, or it can be type 2 system. Okay, similarly here also we will find the order of system that is obtained by the highest power of s in the denominator. It should not be with respect to the denominator, it should be with respect to the denominator. Okay, now let us consider a very simple example that is given in figure number 7.18. Okay, where I've considered one electric network or electrical network which has one resistance, one capacitor. The input applied is V of t and output is V naught of t, and the current which is flowing through this is R of S. Okay, now you should obtain the transfer function for this. So obtain the transfer function, the formula is V naught of S divided by Vi of S, that is output divided by input. Okay, now here the question is what should be the input to the electrical system. Now if I apply the input to this electrical system as a unit step input. Okay, now the formula for unit step input is it is equal to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0. Okay, that is what this is, how we go for the unit step signal, right? It is always equal to 1 at time is equal to 0. Okay, and this is my time t, this is my unit step signal. Okay, and for that the amplitude will be equal to 1. So at time t is equal to 1, it is obtained at t greater than or equal to 0, and it is 0 if t is less than 1, or sorry, t is less than 0. Okay, so let us that I have applied the input. Okay, so therefore the input V of s, if I convert or if I apply the Laplace for this particular input here, then I will get that V of Vi of s is equal to 1 divided by s. Okay, now let us find the equations by applying the loop analysis. Okay, that is loop analysis is applied at the input loop and at the output loop. Okay, and it should be in the Laplace domain. Okay, so to apply the loop analysis here, first apply it to the input loop. So the input loop, if I apply, there is one resistance here, you can see. So Vi of s is equal to I of s into R of s plus this is C. So C is written by 1 divided by SC in Laplace domain. So therefore R of s R I into R of s, okay, multiply plus 1 divided by SC into I of s. This is that input loop, or you can simply call as loop number 1. Similarly, you should apply it to loop number 2. Okay, so to apply it to the loop number 2, and writing the equation for this is in terms of V naught of S. So V naught of S is applied at only the capacitor. So therefore, it is only 1 divided by SC into I of S. Okay, now write in terms of the transfer function. So how to write in terms of transfer function is V naught of S into V naught of S divided by Vi of S is equal to, okay, first you need to equate this particular equations. How to equate these two equations in terms of current? Okay, this becomes R plus 1 divided by SC. Okay, usually we equate in terms of the current or in terms of voltages also. Okay, so equating, if I equate both the R I of S, the current will get cancelled. Okay, so I will end up with this particular equation. So if I solve this equation here, this becomes here, that is R plus 1 divided by SC, right? This is my input side. So okay, so if I take the LCM of this here, that is LCM, then I will end up with R SC plus 1, okay, divided by SC. Okay, this is for equation number 1. This is for equation number 1. Similarly, for equation number 2, we don't have any simplification. So therefore, you just write it as it is. Okay. Then how to go for solving V naught of S divided by Vi of S is nothing but just write in terms of V naught of S divided by Vi of S. So what is V naught of S? It is 1 divided by SC. Okay. So here you can write as 1, okay, divided by SC, okay, whole divided by the equation number Vi of S. What is Vi of S? This equation. So it is 1 plus R R or S multiplied by RC, both are same. Okay, 1 plus S multiplied by RC. Okay, again it is divided by SC. This particular SC in the numerator and the denominator will get cancels, and what remains is 1 divided by S multiplied by RC, where this RC where this RC is nothing but it's a time constant T, or simply T is equal to RC. It's a time constant. Okay, so here you can see after substituting the equation number 1 and equation number 2, okay, in this particular formula of Laplace transform, then I may get 1 divided by 1 plus S multiplied by RC, or simply you can write 1 divided by 1 plus S will be as it is, but in terms of R and C you write it as T. Okay, so this is how we go for finding the solutions for this particular electrical network. Okay, if it is order 1, when you apply the input unit step response, we can even apply any of the responses in term you can go for the parabola, okay, or you can go for the ramp also. Okay, and even we can go in terms of the higher order system. Okay, so therefore this is how we have solved for the unit step input if this is given the formula. Okay, for analysis of first order system. So here the order is 1, because 1 resistance, 1 capacitor. If I have 2 resistance and 2 capacitor, it becomes my second order. Okay, now how to analyze further the unit step response of the first order system? Okay, that is the main question here. Okay, so to analyze the further in terms of order of the system here, okay, let us apply the input, that is unit step voltage, that we have done already. Okay, so what is Vi of S? You can see Vi of S is nothing but 1 divided by S. Okay, it is 1 divided by S. Okay, in the transfer function. So what is V naught of S? Here is the V naught of S. So V naught of S is equal to, okay, you can see 1 divided by 1 plus S into RC multiplied by 1 divided by S. How this we got is just by substituting this Vi of S in the on the RHS side. So this goes on the other side. So substitute Vi of S is equal to 1 by S. We get this equation. Okay, and then you can go by applying the partial fractions. Okay, or just by taking the two separate blocks of this equation, that is one is nothing but 1 divided by S. Here you can write that is A dash divided by S can be written. Another is nothing but 1 divided by 1 plus S into RC in terms of B dash divided by 1 plus S multiplied by RC, where A dash is equal to 1 and B dash is equal to minus RC once you go for partial fraction and solving that particular equation. Okay, now if I do that, substitute these values here, these values, okay, in this particular formula. So V naught of S is equal to 1 divided by S. Okay, this is minus RC, so it becomes minus RC divided by 1 plus 1 S into RC. So it is 1 by S minus 1 divided by S will be as it is, plus, okay, 1 divided by RC. So this equation here is written in terms of S plus some value. Okay, so if I take s common in this value here, so it becomes s plus rc, okay, or 1 divided by rc, where rc s and s will get cancelled here. So I will get this particular equation. Okay, so this is how we go for solving the unit step response of first order system. So once I get this equation here, that is this equation 1 by s minus 1 divided by s plus 1 by rc, okay, apply inverse Laplace transform. So applying the inverse Laplace transform, that is in Laplace transform of 1 by s. What is Laplace transform of 1? It is 1 by s. So what is the Laplace inverse Laplace transform of 1 divided by s? It is 1. Okay, so therefore here you can see, so after applying the inverse Laplace transform for this particular equation here, 1 by s becomes 1. Okay, and this 1 divided by s plus 1 by rc becomes, minus will be as it is. Okay, so e, that is exponential raised to 1 divided minus 1 by rc. Okay, minus 1 divided by rc. Now if you compare this v naught of t with respect to this equation, so therefore c of t is equal to c of ss plus ct of t. So c of ss here is nothing but 1, and ct of t is nothing but e raised to minus t divided by rc. Okay, using this particular format. So this is nothing but my two different signals. Okay, so in this way we go for finding the solutions of first order system, where minus 1 divided by rc is nothing but your poles of the system. And once you go on substituting this value of t, that is 0, okay, is equal, v naught will become 0. Okay, if I put 0, e raised to 0 becomes 1, so 1 minus 1 becomes 0, so v naught will become 0. So if I put rc in terms of t, so what will become 1 minus e raised to minus 1, right? Because rc and rc will get cancelled. So e raised to minus 1, whatever value you get here, you should subtract with 1. So 1 minus this particular value, you will get 0.632. Now you put 2rc. So 2rc divided by rc means rc remains. So e raised to minus rc. Okay, so we will get this value. So in this way we go on finding the all the values at all the time interval t. Once you do that, you can see the response of the first order system for this equation unit step signal is nothing but this graph you will obtain. Okay, so this is how we go for finding the solutions for the unit step signal. Okay, now if you want to change the signal, okay, and if you have some kind of some signal whose amplitude is equal to some a, so during that conditions, instead of writing 1 by s, you should write a divided by s, and the whole procedure follows as same. Okay, so during for that particular a divided by s, you will get this response. Okay, so in this way we go for finding the values of all those system. Okay, so similarly it can be applied for the second order system and other values also. Now in first order system also, even you can apply for the closed loop poles. Okay, closed loop poles is nothing but in this particular equation, okay, this equation is also called as the characteristics equation. You should make the denominator equal to 0. Okay, if you make that particular or equate it to 0, then the first order system for in general form will become 1 plus ts is equal to 0, because we consider this transfer function as ts. So once this become a ts 1 plus ts is equal to 0, then I can calculate the value of s. This will become 1 divided by t, so or minus 1 divided by t. It means that the poles will lie on the left hand side of the s plane, or this is the plot with respect to poles and zeros. So zeros will be plotted on this side and poles will be plotted on this particular side. Okay, so this is how we go for plotting of such signals. Okay, either in terms of first order or it can be in terms of second order. Okay, so with this I conclude this today's video lecture series on the transient response analysis. Thank you.